So if you've got a HWD100-B14979, they also do HWD80 and a HWD120, and they're probably similar. And you've got an FD code on the front screen when you try and use the dryer. It means that the heating element is not heating up. So I've taken this apart and I will show you how I did it. There's a screw there and a screw on the other side, and this top slides off. Just pretend it's off because I'm not putting it back together to take it out. Put that to the side. Pretend that's on there, look. And then you've got to take this out, yeah? Pretend that's in there. And to take that all the way out, in case you don't know, you pull it and then you push that bit down, and that will release it to take the whole thing out. And then you'll be left with that. That's what it will look like. So there'll be a screw up here and a screw here, a screw in there and a screw in there. They're all Phillips screws, but keep them so that you know where they are. Look, what I do is, there's them two are the back ones, the front ones, put them in. So these two are the ones from this side. Keep them roughly in the same order so you know where you got them from, because the screws are all different. And then you'll be able to pry this off. It will click, it will pop, it will make lots of noises, but don't worry too much about that. You need to take that off. Then, so what I have done to find this out, I've taken this back panel off, I've taken this off to try and get underneath, but we don't need to do any of that. I'll show you what we need to do. At the front here, there's a bracket which is holding this in, so you need to unscrew this. Just hang that like that, it's fine. To unscrew that, there'll be one there as well. We'll unscrew that one. There'll be one there as well. Because I've just roughly put this back together to test it works. That comes off, and this makes it easier to get it all out. So put that to the side. This is the drying unit. Okay, so you've got a fan here, and it pushes air through past the heating element in here, down and into the machine to dry. In here is the heating element, so I'm going to show you what the problem is and why you're getting that FD code. So you'll need to unscrew. Don't be daunted by this. I looked at getting this whole unit out, but it's quite difficult. So it's easier to, I found it's easier to do this. I've even ordered another part, another heating element, but you might not need it. So let's unscrew all of these and I'll show you inside. So there's one here which is in the way. There's one there, but this is in the way. So what you got to do, because we took this bracket out, it's actually quite free to move. So let me show you, is if you put a bit of weight on that, it goes through this square hole here. So push down like that. So basically by using that hole and just taking this section off means we don't have to take the whole unit out. Just be really careful not to drop the screw. And tip it upside down. Right, one more over this side. Ooh, just one more over this side here. Now this one, like I said, is hot because I've had it running. Your one, if you're getting the FD code, will be stone cold. And just lift it up like that. So here's what the problem actually is. This, for me, this element here was touching the metal casing. Can you see just below my finger there? It was touching the actual metal casing. There's actually a slight burn mark there, you can see it. Slight burn mark, see that there? Where it was touching. And all I've done, obviously your one's cold, my one's hot, is just pry it apart. You can use your finger, I'm not going to. Use your finger just to bend it back. What I think's happened is you've had like a spin and it's been quite shaky. And maybe this has knocked it, something like that. Or there's been a bit of fluff caught up. While you're in here, clear all the fluff out. There'll be loads of fluff. You can get right down there as well. Bend that away, yeah? Then when you put this back together, so if, let's say you need to change the heating element, which I bought one, you'll have to take this off. It looks like it's that, but there's one down in there that's going to be really tricky to get to, but I think you could do it. I think if it was me, here, there's a hole there, I'd probably figure out if you can put a screwdriver through there. Take that off and then you could change the heating element, okay? I've got one, but I'm going to send it back because now, once this has tripped, there's a magic trick here, which they don't advertise. Once this has tripped once, on here, there's a button. A reset button, so it'll trip, that will stick out a little bit. You need to push it in. Let me just try and get this back so we can see it properly. There we go. So once it's tripped once, there's a little button there. Let's see if we can focus. Yeah, that little button sticks out a bit more than that. And what you'll need to do is just with your finger, make sure it's unplugged at the wall, is just push it in and it will go click. And that will reset the relay. It's like a fuse type thing. That when this element shorts, that pops, you need to push it in. Otherwise you're going to keep getting the FD code on the screen. Now you just got to put it back together, which is easy enough. Remember to make use of the holes if you need to. I'd imagine if you've taken this one off, I would imagine that's a hole that you can use. If not, and you're not too bothered, personally, I'd probably stick a hole in the side, but that's just me. That's just me. Yeah, it's a tricky one, that screw there to get to, because it's at a slight angle. But if this resetting doesn't work, or you've opened it up and your element's completely burnt to pieces, and you go, yeah, I need a new one, then you can take this off, order a new one, and change it.